Parashat Tetzaveh opens up with a command that was specifically directed to Moshe, that he should take the oil that was used to light the menorah. V'ata tetzaveh et bnei Yisrael v'yichu elecha shemen zayit zach katit lemaor la'alot ner tamid. This, I want to bring up 2 points here. And that is, the one is, why is the donation of the oil mentioned here? Of course, it was something that was needed to run the Mishkan, but it wasn't specifically something that was used to build the Mishkan. In Parashat Truma, we learn about the resources needed to build the actual structure. In this week's Parashat, Tetzaveh, we learn what was used to make the Big Day Kahuna, the uniforms that the Kohanim wore when they served in the temple. But what is the oil doing here? Of course, it was necessary, but the placing of it is unusual, because what we are talking about here is much more the structure of the Mishkan rather than the maintenance or the service which took place in it. And secondly, why was it specifically donated through Moshe Rabbeinu? And I want to suggest something that I've heard is that when you look at a building, of course the books are important, the structure is important, the way it looks, the beauty, the usage of it. But one mustn't forget what the building is there for. And that is what the oil reminds us of. The oil was used to light the menorah, which would be the source of light, not for the Mishkan itself per se, but a source of light for the world. The message of the menorah was to be that the Beit HaMikdash would be a source of inspiration, enlightenment, and education through the Mishkan, through the Beit HaMikdash, and really emanate outwards. Vasul Mikdash, Hashem says, make for me a Mikdash, v'shachanti b'tocham, and I will dwell in you. The Mikdash was not a place that in itself was only holy, but the holiness there was meant to inspire the rest of us to become holy and to follow in the ways that we had learnt from the Mishkan. And that is why the actual building of the Mikdash, the windows themselves were narrow on the inside, going outwards, wider and wider, to show that the point of the Beit HaMikdash was to be a light, was to illuminate. And that is maybe why the oil is mentioned in the midst of the building process, to show us, do not forget what the tachlit of this building is, what the purpose of it is. It's not just the building itself, it's the purpose as a source of light and inspiration, and that's what's important. And that is what the menorah represents. It says that if you want to acquire wisdom, you should look to the menorah. The oil, it provides us with or, with light, and the Torah is called or, oraita. And that is what the menorah represents, that the Beit HaMikdash, its purpose is to be a light unto Israel, and we, as the Jewish people, are meant to be an or lagoyim, a light to the nations. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, when you would go and visit Jerusalem and you would see the miracles that happened there, the incredible connection that was felt through to Hashem and to each other when we served in the Beit HaMikdash, that was meant to be a place of inspiration, that you would go back home and continue in your service of Hashem and the building of the community and the country. And that is what the oil is representing to us in the midst of the building process. Do not forget the purpose of this building. Do not forget the purpose of the Jewish people. And just connecting it to the other very important mitzvah we do in this Shabbat, Parashat Zachor. What Amalek did to us, what they tried to do, was they tried to make us forget the incredibly inspiring and clarifying experience we had when we left Egypt. And that's what Amalek does all the time. Amalek tells us that miracles are really mere coincidences. And in order to go against their threat, what we do is we remember. Zachor. We remember them in order to inspire us to constantly remember the clarity we feel, the moments of inspiration we experienced, and how Torah and Judaism can be captivating. What Amalek tries to do is take away the meaning of life, the meaning of Judaism, and what remembering is the act of opposing them. because what we do is we try to remember those moments which made Torah so meaningful to us, which made it something so clear and inspiring, and something that we would never forget. Unfortunately, the world today acts as Amalek. It tries to blur us. It tries to distract us from the clarity that we feel, especially that beautiful experience and clarity we felt when we were at Gush, when we learned in Yeshiva, when we have those amazing Torah learning experiences. So, in conclusion, the message of Tetzaveh is to not forget why you are here and what the Beit HaMikdash was there for. And if we do that, then we'll surely be the force which to combat Amalek. Shabbat Shalom.